Adios.
People are saying goodbye to their dial-up for Jazzed high-speed DSL.
It's a whole lot easier.
And way faster.
Now you can shop online, share photos, and download music and videos better than ever before.
Without busy signals.
Or needing a separate phone line.
So what are you waiting for? Upgrade now. One call is all it takes to get you started.
Later dial-up.
Jazzed high-speed DSL. Go faster. Get jazzed.
Berks County, we're back again. We've taped a wonderful show, and we have some wonderful guests to introduce you tonight. We're going to visit Boyertown, but first, let me say I'm Judy Schwenk, co-host of Around Berks County. My co-host, John Paggerly.
Hello, Judy.
Good morning, John.
John Paggerly here, and it's great to be on tonight again and talk about Boyertown. And why don't we introduce our guests? Our guests tonight who are going to join us are two leaders in Berks County, in Boyertown. And the first person I want to introduce is Mary Ann Deary. Mary Ann is the mayor of Boyertown. Thank you for being with us tonight, Mary.
Well, thank you.
Hi, Mary Ann.
And,
Hi, Judy. John, thank you very much for having us. Of course, we're always proud to talk about Boyertown, because we are special, you know.
Oh, I know. And we're going to see that tonight. And with her is Charles Haddad. Charles is head of the Building a Better Boyertown. And Charles, thanks for joining us.
Good evening, John. Good evening, Judy. And my pleasure to be here. Mary Ann, we spend a lot of time together, so I can't say too much more to you. We spend a lot of time and we know each other very well. Happy to be here.
Great. You know, before we came in this evening for our home viewers, we were talking, and we always try to set the stage for the program. And I would introduce, if I could, our two guests. One of the most tireless mayors of Berks County and the biggest booster of her borough, the borough of Boyertown. How's that for a lot of bees? Mayor Deary is just incredible on how she continuously works hard for her community and promote it. And Charles, I think I said that you are probably one of the most outstanding civic supporters of Boyertown, probably for a large portion of your life as well. You've been doing this a long time.
It has been a long time, but it's a very rewarding type work to do. It's a lot of great people in our town, and we want to try and maintain the town for next generations coming through.
And working hard to establish new vitality for our towns and boroughs is not an easy thing to do. But maybe let's start a little bit about the history of the borough. And I ran across this really neat quote. A few years ago, for the county's 250th anniversary, there was a series of articles done on each of the different municipalities. And there's this interesting quote from a Berks historian, Morton Montgomery. Boyertown has a degree of prosperity that places it amongst the most thriving and enterprising towns of eastern Pennsylvania. The inhabitants, this is the part I like, the inhabitants are wide awake and intelligent. All right, Mary Ann, tell us about that.
Oh boy.
Isn't that cute?
Well, there's a lot of truth to be said for that, really. Boyertown was established by the Boyer families, and of course they came from Germany. There were 6 or 7 German Boyer families, and they arrived in Boyertown in 1801, the Daniel Boyer family. And I guess even at that time, at that period of our history, Route 73, which is our main street, was the main thoroughfare from Philadelphia to Reading at that time. And so a small town was established, and yes, we were wide awake and we were working very hard because we were going to be top of the line.
And a big part of the Industrial Revolution.
Yes,
with,
absolutely.
The steel industry connected
Iron
with the
and the
automobile
iron.
industry.
And the iron,
tremendous
yes.
amount of growth,
Yep.
wealth in that area.
We've been very fortunate to have leading industry for many years as being the casket company, and out of that industry, of course, you got wonderful craftsmen, the woodworkers and the seamstresses, and our community has been endowed with wonderful craftsmen just by our industries.
And it shows in the architectural
Beautiful.
beauty of the town, which I think, Charles, is one thing that your group is trying to preserve. Right?
Well, it is. We want to maintain the character, historical character of our community, and by doing that, we formed a group called Building a Better Boyertown. We're a nonprofit organization, partially funded by the borough, partially funded by the state, and also private donations. And right now we have 234 community members working with us in Building Better Boyertown. Our interest is not only to preserve what we have, but also to make it inviting to people to come and visit us in Boyertown. Because future generations, we want them to experience the same small town atmosphere of being able to grow up in a small town, raise their children in a community where everybody knows one another. We often say that when we were youngsters, we never got in trouble because everybody knew who we were, and by the time we got home, our parents knew what we were doing. And we'd like to have that same atmosphere perpetuated in Boyertown for our people.
There's a great deal of charm to the borough, and I know you've worked hard to help make that appearance and to bring the kinds of businesses in that appeal to not only our youth, but also to the adults, the seniors. There's such walkability. You can walk from almost any of the residential districts into town and shop. Go to the doctors, go to the post office or bank. What are some of the things, Charles, that Building a Better Boyertown is trying to do to create that kind of a town?
We are broken into several committees. The one is design. And it's a very important one because that design committee is charged with the responsibility of keeping our community fresh-looking, vibrant, and also maintaining the historical character. In order to do that, we do have facade grants funded by the state where we can give a store owner or property owner a $5,000 grant to help improve the appearance of their property. One of the main things design is doing is working on a streetscape design. Right now our engineers are designing that, and we hope to have a main street which will look like a Victorian town with the Victorian lamps, the benches, a brick walkway, and planters. But everything that one does with the facades and buildings is meaningless unless you have people come into town.
Right.
And that's the thing we're striving to do, to have the merchants be together and develop a merchandising plan which will encourage people of all ages to come into our community. If they want a big box experience, they can go to a shopping center. If they want a small town experience, come into Boyertown.
And that's where our Economic Restructuring Committee, which is another one of our committees.
What are the kinds of businesses that you're trying to encourage to come into town?
Well, we know that we can't compete with the main shopping centers, large shopping centers.
We're not going to see a Macy's there.
We're not going to see a Macy's, we're not. But certainly we can create a small town atmosphere, a niche market, the coffee shops, the specialty shops, antiques, gifts, and we have a very nice drugstore. We want it to be an experience where one can come in and not be rushed through getting something done. It's not just going to be shopping. We also have attorneys and accountants and insurance people. It's a broad-based community and very diversified, and we would hope to be able to encourage people of all ages and have something for everybody there.
Yeah, more like a village.
That's correct.
Yeah, village atmosphere.
You know, the builders today are building villages. Well, we have a village. We don't need to start from scratch. So just come in and see what we have.
They call that new urbanism, where they try to create the old towns that all of us thought were so old-fashioned. We forgave for the malls, and now we want to come back to that kind of experience.
And with all the modern conveniences that we have today, I mean, that's the way to go. Well, we probably should go to some videotape, and we can show our viewers a couple of the great reasons to go to Boyertown right now.
We found some great shopping and craft experiences there, so please stick with us while you watch the tape.
Hello, everyone.
Well, we're here in Boyertown. We're visiting a number of different spots in this great little town, but one of my must-do visits in Boyertown when I come is to Frecon Orchard Store. And I am here with Tori Frecon. Tori is the manager, owner of the store here, and it is just a delightful little place, Tori. It's kind of a gem. You know, you would think this is just an outlet for the orchard. But, you know, you've got fruit, of course, but you've got so many other things. Tell me a little bit about the store and what you do here.
Well, our store, of course, started as an outlet for the orchard that my husband's family has. And what our goal was to originally just sell everything he grew. But after being here for a few years, which I started in 1969, I saw the community was asking for different things and unique things, and we kept expanding and trying to give you a hometown New England type feel. We want you to know when you walk in, we care that you came to Frecon's. And we make it worth your while because we stock our shelves full of products from all kinds of vendors, Robert Rothschild, Stonewall Kitchen, but we also carry things that we do value added using products right from our own orchard. And with those, we have our own canned peaches, we have our own fruit butters, we do our own dried apple schnitz, and one of our newest additions is our own apple wine. So we work with the Blair Vineyards, and the Blairs are making wine with our apples and peaches and nectarines and our own fruit. So that's a nice little addition for everybody. But the most important thing is that you're going to know when you come to Frecon's, you're going to get quality, you're going to get our best, and it may not always be perfect, as nature doesn't let us always have perfect growing conditions, but we give you the best we can. And my husband's been known for his fruit for, my gosh, how many years now?
Years and years,
so,
yes.
So this has really become an outlet, a little unique, and I will tell you in all honesty, it's a shame. There was a lady just here who moved here 4 years ago from Romania, and she's ecstatic. She said, I cannot believe this store. You know, you walk inside and you can't believe what's inside.
Well, that's a good point, Tori, because quite frankly, you have things here that people drive to Philadelphia or closer to Philadelphia to get gourmet products, kitchen items, you name it, and you've got it here. And I think the store is always, there's something happening here, cooking here, so to speak, all the time. But what really is special now is the Christmas season. You've got, you know, a lot of things going. Let's walk around and tell us about some of the products, the things that are hot sellers for you, and definitely let's not forget to take a look at the fruit.
Okay.
So I'll follow you.
All right. Well, let's go. So when you walk right in the door, the first thing we wanted you to see is our gift baskets and our gift boxes. This has been a Frecon staple since the 1950s and 60s. We've taken them away from just being all fruit, though, and I offer our customers the Pennsylvania gift pack, which will also give you our fruit butters, jams and jellies, the unique pretzels from Reading, and then some of the fruit from our orchard. Of course, on display, we use artificial fruit so that we don't have to keep, you know, changing them all the time.
But this stuff isn't artificial.
No, this is all.
This is like high quality produce.
Well, we definitely try to give you, our customers, the best that we can get in our store, whether it has to be out of season and come in from the terminal area and shipped into the country, or local, such as our turnips and red beets, purple fingerling potatoes, something unique, portobellos from Reading area.
Unbelievable.
If we can get it local and we don't grow it, that is our goal, to get as local as possible from the better growers that we know, and then expand it from there for our customers. All our squash was local grown in Berks County. So we really try to bring you as local quality as possible. We want people to enjoy their food, and of course, to enjoy your food, you have to have good taste. So the freshest it is, that's the more flavor you're going to have, the more vitamins you're going to have. It will be there for the consumer, and then you'll come back and get more, hopefully. Along with our gift boxes, we go around the store real quick. We have our pantry, and we'll walk right by the fireplace, which on a cold